Hello there everyone and welcome back. Progress is going really damn well with my brand new fleet, although to be fair, with all the time and experience I have with this game, I do have a bit of an advantage, don't I, against my poor brand new players. But hey, I preserved their ship, so really they end up out on top there. They get the valuable experience they're probably going to need if they're going to continue on with this multiplayer game. So, it's been going well. I'm just going to try and focus my efforts on getting myself to level 4 as quickly as possible, and with two of my dauntlesses relatively close to their level 3, it's looking very promising still. Hell, I was tempted on game favors, but I'm going to hang on to that till I get my second cruiser, and at least make sure I have the renown I actually need to unlock it, cause what? I need 200 renown just to buy the damn thing, so I do need to start saving up. It's not as convenient as I'm making it out. Alright, we got ourselves a mirror match here, and unfortunately for him, I don't think he has the points to kind of like take advantage. And apparently I guess I'm recognized. We shall see what happens. This might go badly for him, but I am in a good position to get some levels in. So what is the plan here? Well, not too much there. And I guess he didn't recognize me. He's just a little unhappy with the multiplayer. Well, can't really fault him that much there, but at least it has definitely been better. Trust me, you don't want to run into the Admiral level 8 fleets. It's going to feel disheartening for a brand new player. At first I thought maybe he was, recognized me. Nope, he's a brand new player. So I'm going to have to try and make this a good experience for him, although I'm only but one person there. So the entertainment I can probably bring him is going to be short-lived by probably not getting any other opponents for a good while. And right now there are actually, what, 200 players currently on Battlefleet Gothic, but of course, most of them are probably enjoying the campaign at this point, so it doesn't really express how many people are playing multiplayer, unfortunately, there. And it has been, what, around 150 or something during the weekends, maybe before the sale? Well, 120, 150-ish, roughly. I can't quite remember off the top of my head. I just know it had a bit of a surge of new players, if nothing else. And right now, I just have two frigates and, well, two cruisers rather, and I don't really have much of a strategy. It's just trying to win when he has like a slight point advantage on me, which probably allows him to get that frigate he's currently fielding. This is probably not going to go very well for him. I'm assuming all his ships are level 1. Let's see, there's a Hunter, a Widowmaker, or a Cobra. One or the other. Nonetheless, we're going to focus on the frigate first if he's going to make that an easy target. And all the while, let's try and dodge these torpedoes, since I do have the short burn torpedoes versus his, so I'm able to put a lot more pressure on at range. But I'm going to try to be generous. I'm not going to try and make this too miserable for him. It's probably going to be short-lived because apparently from his comments, it's more like a time issue, because the queues were actually really good for me for my last video series. That was like Sunday, mind you, just before around 10, 11 o'clock Eastern time. So the queues are pretty good there, but any other time it rapidly deteriorates. Hell, most of my evening attempts to get recordings and matches have not really been all that successful, and I don't even know why I'm shooting torpedoes at a potential Widowmaker, I'm not gonna lie. But we have more torpedoes. They are two dauntlesses, I kind of already knew that, and I'm not oblivious to dodging. I am not oblivious to just boosting and dodging. This will be simple. The only thing I would criticize is the fact I'm shooting torpedoes at a damn frigate. Oh well. If his dauntlesses are going to be out in the middle of nowhere, I could just easily hunt this thing down. It's 3 points, less for me to worry about, and it balances out the value sum. I should be reloading though. I have the time to do it. And all the while, let's just get ready to turn and take advantage of these torpedoes on these dauntlesses here. Since I do have the short burn, and since I'm already revealed, I could just boost down as I wish. Let's see, I'm going to dodge those immediately, so that's not an issue at all. So, he has vision. What is he going to do about it? Well, he's learning fast, but unfortunately these torpedoes are about to hit. Ooh, I would have liked if two of them hit. I would have liked that, but any hit's a good hit. And like I said, they were level 1s, judging by his comment there. Should I go after this frigate again? Probably not. I should continue hitting his ships, his cruisers, because they're the bigger threats without a doubt. I'm just being baited. Although it's not like I'm at risk of anything anyway, trying to chase after this. Because he's the one who has to dance. Well, I could continue to pursue this thing. Here comes the torpedoes. Ooh, this is going to be a brutal hit. You should have just kept your prow to me, buddy. That was not worth it. That was not worth it one bit, and I gotta be mindful of my boosters. I don't want to run out. Okay, let me show him how it's done. Because, yeah, those torpedoes are easy dodge. Don't have to worry about that. And I guess we get ready for an engagement. And the autocast is a bomb, so plasma bomb, that's not a big issue. It's only 50 damage. And I have shield transfers to easily negate that. So take these torpedoes and turn right into them. Ooh, you shot down 2 of them. You got lucky there. Now, let's shield transfer, get this back up. Probably wasn't necessary, but this is going to be brutal. I'm sorry, fella. It is not happening. I feel like the Matador right now, because I do have red on my prow after all, so... Let's see, 2 can play this game here. It was only a light ram, mind you. Oh, this is gonna hurt. I can't stand to watch. He did get an engine kill, though. So that might bode well for him. Hell, he destroyed the deck, too, so he's getting the lucky end of this stick. Oh, well, let's... I'm still gonna try and win this here. Oh, and I dodged those torpedoes conveniently with 2 fire assaults, so if he doesn't warp that out, it's dead. Even if I try not to focus on it. Damn, he got both the engines. He got both the engines. Although, I fired those torpedoes at a bad time. Ooh, insubordination. Insubordinate. Insubordinate for me. Yeah, I'll let him go. I'll let him go. He got them both heavily damaged, but they're still going to get their experience. Which is better than any other opponent he may have faced with their ruthless brutality. But now... I may just let this thing... Yeah, he's just going to run away. Oh, he was going to talk about how he doesn't get any matches, and now he's possibly going to be a sore loser, too? We'll see. I could just skip this out of the video, so it's not like you're going to miss out. Oh, he just flew to a mine. Okay. He has a little bit of honor there. I just had no way to see the mine there, because it looks like he just blew up. If there was no sound, I would have had no idea how that thing just destroyed itself. Yeah, well, I do feel bad for him for his bad streak of getting the game in. But it's only going to get worse. I'm just a generous fella. I'm trying to fight you on even terms rather than a high-level fleet. Even though I would still argue, depending on the faction, of course, that he would have a better time fighting me if I was using an Admiral level 8 fleet. But, nonetheless, I'm trying to be generous. I'm trying to give him a good time. That was probably not a good experience for him, though. The torpedoes just murdered that poor Dauntless before I even got within fire range, so... Oh, did I? Oh, I was wondering if my Dauntless didn't get level 3. No, it didn't even have any experience. I chose the wrong Dauntless, that's why. Damn it. Again, the Guardian of Light is denied its level 3. Ah, well. I might end up going up against him again there more than likely, but I'm going to give it a few minutes just for the diversity's sake, because I don't want all these matches to be stomps, and I sure as hell don't want to frustrate the same opponent if I keep winning or keep facing off against him. That's going to get frustrating quickly for him. Well, this is going to be interesting. We're fighting potentially a ninja here, or they're talking gibberish. I'm not quite sure yet, but it was a 400-point battle, and this is like the only Admiral level where it boosts up to like an actual even number, so I think we're fighting Admiral level 7 or Admiral level 8. I just don't for the life of me recognize the names, so it's probably a new player who managed to get a handful of games in. So, what's the plan here? Well, lots of torpedoes, lots of mobility, I can abuse that, but it's entirely possible he could murder me depending on his loadout. There's a lot of unknowns to that variable. And I don't think I need a Widowmaker so much because I don't have extended range on anything to really justify it. I'd rather have something that actually has durability and punch. Like a sword that could be an annoying fly and poke at its rear. Might be really good here. Not to mention the fact that it's going to spot for me, because I don't really have the points to utilize anything else. Yeah, I'm not even close to getting like a second Cobra if I want to go that route, so... Sword it is, I think there's promise to it. Hell, in the worst case, if he's going torpedo route, then I can use this to try and intercept some of the torpedoes, but we already know I'm very capable of just dodging them, at least in the early portions of the game. Closer, as we're about to get in within macro cannon range, that's going to become different. But I do have the high energy turns to easily mitigate that a lot. So long as I keep my A game, I'm not going to have a Tyrant to really have a good show of force, mind you. I'm going to be playing a lot of Cloak and Dagger, a lot of harassment-based mobility here. Because my macro cannons are rapid firing, they don't quite have the bursty damage to them, so I'm going to be trying to keep a distance, more than likely. Keep it a good distance here, and actually let me group these first before I put the sword in the middle, because I want to try and spread them out a little bit so I can have a little bit better torpedo yield, but we'll see how this goes. I'm not exactly sure how I want to engage this, because this is actually going to be a quite different layout for me going with Dauntlesses over like Cruisers and Overlords. Because like I said already, all the Cruisers and up basically have far more impactful, far more bursty type of damage, and of course with the potential of power rams on all those ships practically, they also are very dangerous at ramming Orc ships head-on combat. I don't have that convenience because the damage isn't all that great. At least it doesn't seem great. The turrets, on the other hand, can constantly be chipping them down no matter what angle I'm basically fighting at. So, if I'm good about my focus fire and hitting the rear and the side pretty well, then I can do damage over time at a good rate. The one thing I probably have going for me, since I don't recognize his name, he's probably a brand new player. So I can abuse the experience quite heavily here. Underway. I think that's my main strategy, as damn mines get in my way again. Goddamn mines, ruining my fun. Now I have to actually try and avoid you. Oh well, not a huge issue. And I have enough. Oh, he does have torpedoes. I wasn't actually listening. That's what me talking so much does for you, huh? I'm a liability to myself, quite frankly. Although this is probably a little excessive, but it's not really something I can get punished, so I don't see the concern, quite frankly. So long as I'm dodge all the torpedoes. Yeah, since these are only 2 light cruisers, I don't know what else he has fielded, mind you. Understood. But now, this might be a good opportunity just to fire decoys at him. Abuse his decoy mechanic a little bit. I like the idea of abusing the decoys. Let's do it. If the plan with this decoys is to force his fighters to go after the first torpedo salvo and leaves the other 3 free to just hit his cruisers. I don't know how well this works because I don't get to use the decoys very often, but it did pull 2 of them out. He does have a lot of fighters though, but there's a nice solid hit. That's what I like to see. And I could just play a slow game here and just do that all night, practically. And conveniently enough, this is really easy for me to do because of how wide my formation is. I do gotta be careful of... Oh yeah, I'm doing this wrong because I had the wrong ship selected, so... Fire more torpedoes, shall we? Oh, he does have mega cannons? Well, that's not scare. Heh! I don't even need to use my shield transfer just yet, but damn it, my frigate just barely got within range, so... Now, let's get turning. Let's dodge these torpedoes properly. Although that's... Well, I did shoot it down. I didn't quite dodge that very well. But if he's going to use Nova Cannons, I just have to stay here. I don't have to do crap. Let him break his prow for me. Especially if his oversight was he forgot. Okay, he does have lances. Oh well. Let me spot him. I am doing damage to him. So I'm okay here. Just keep on hitting him. And if I could spot him, that'd be great too. Activating tactical cogitators. So torpedoes are coming. I'm already turning. Yes, admiral. Dang it. Him turning on the cogitators kind of messed it up a tiny bit because there was that delay. Not a big deal just yet. I want him to break his prow, so I'm willing to take these hits. Torpedoes are doing damage, and he's also sending bombers at me. So let's just hide our ships then. So, he got tractor cannons on one of them there, or at least it looks like possible tractor cannons. And yeah, he's a high level fleet there. So, new player probably not. So I got everything revealed. He does have two. He does have the brace for impact or the belt armor, so I gotta be careful of that. Oh, and I had auto cast on, which is annoying too. But the torpedo's still probably gonna hit pretty well. Let's fire these torpedoes and minimize the damage, shall we? And also I gotta prioritize my damage. I'm not doing a good job of that, am I? Alright, dodge these torpedoes. Dodge that. Continue hitting. Dodge the mid cannon, because again, that's eventually going to break. That's a liability if he's going to brazenly use it. Just gotta be careful. He is using his prow armor. And I think I'm going to take double damage there, but the shields are going to hold. Okay, shields held there. Weapons gone there. There goes the prow on that one. Oh no, it's the generator. There goes the prow now. That thing is all sorts of a mess. Although he did somehow manage to destroy... Oh, that was that bombers? Did seriously orc bombers destroy my prow? I almost want to ignore this ship though, because it has nothing to contribute now with its lack of weaponry and engines. So let's just get the hell out. Make use of his sword, because why the hell not, in all honesty. If he's going to ignore it, then by all means ignore it. It's going to continue to do damage. It's just probably going to spread out the damage, though, is the main thing. Now, turn our attention to this other tractor cannon that he's refusing to use just yet. So, do I have a shield transfer? I do. Now, let's get on in there. We got a brace for impact. And try and do damage to these things. Because sadly, this Dauntless isn't going to do much just yet. Now, board, because I've been neglecting my boarding. This is a bit of a mess. But I am going to get my double ram. Oh, so close, too. Can I get the torpedo hits? Nope, but I can ram. Now, let's keep true to our strategy, shall we? Let's try and keep all my cruisers alive. Especially now that I burnt up all my cogitators, so... Torpedoes are a big deal here. I need to make sure he's hit. Alright, get going. Keep focusing down this thing. Although it was never the priority to begin with, to be honest. And his prow did not yet die. Actually, let me warp this thing out. It's lost its prow. It's not contributing that much. And it's going to survive. I can ram this thing. I got torpedoes, so... Fine. Now he decides to use the tractor cannons. Although, I did that wrong, did I? Nope, it's dead. So, let's finish this off. Because this thing's going to take prow damage. I want to transfer shields, not letting me. Thank you. Now, let's finish these things off. Oh, that was bad meltas, was it? Yeah. It was sort of bad meltas. I did lose my deck. They're warping out. So now we have one ship left to deal with. Now, prioritize the weapons on this thing, shall we? Let's see, my frigate's still alive. My sword can still do work here, with all this said. I just gotta keep close. Because he's really only the what is it? The Nova cannons and torpedoes that can do damage. I'm doing a bad job getting my positioning right, though. Nope, you're not hitting it. Sorry, fella. Your autocast meant nothing, or whatever the hell your thought process was. Alright, so we managed to win that. It was a bit of a weird match, because it still seemed like a possible victory for him. It seemed like it, because he still had two... One of the cruisers that warped out did lose all its weaponry and its deck, its prow. It practically lost everything, but the other two cruisers still alive didn't really lose much of anything, so they could have still fought. So it could have really been anybody's game. Thankfully, it paid off for me there. I got a little bit of hits with the decoys. The sword survived the entire thing, the entire battle, so it was doing noteworthy damage. I just wasn't controlling it the best, let alone I wasn't even paying attention to it, so I don't know exactly how effective it was. And I do get a Lost in Warp effect, but with the fire, or was it with the level up, it's definitely worth it. I have enough ships to not really worry about not having it. So that was a big success, if nothing else. It was a bit weird he wasn't using his tractor cannons earlier. He just saved it until I was starting to warp out for whatever reason. You should be using them to make sure my ships ram yours, especially if you have an opportunity to ram my side or my rear. Maybe not the prow, but if you have a brace for impact, you're not really taking any damage, and it keeps your, what am I trying to say? It keeps his prow facing me in point blank range, especially if he had any mega cannons, since there were only 2 torpedo salvos he's been shooting, so he could have very well had some mega cannons, which could have benefited from that tractor cannon. But no, wasn't meant to be, and now I have the renown to actually get a favor on my Tyrant if I so wish. But let's start off with the Dauntlesses, because I have what I need for the cruiser, my second Tyrant when we get to Admiral level 4. So
Imperial Navy, ready to strike.
We're going to stick with the Imperial Navy colors eventually, once I get them all favored. Although that's going to take forever, and it's definitely probably not going to happen in this series, but so it's going to stand out a bit, isn't it? Yeah, I'll wait until I have more favors then. Keeps things more consistent. Well, we're going to be fighting a 250 point battle against Space Marines there, so let's see, I'm Admiral level 3, so he doesn't really get all that much bonus points there. Not enough to be really worried there. It just depends on how his micromanagement is, because I'm going to be relying on a lot of my torpedoes for the actual damage, because I don't have armor-piercing rounds, and he's probably going to, if he has boring torpedoes, then I'm in a lot of trouble, potentially. Because my Tyrant, if I were to field it, and, well, actually, I can't actually field it. So that's probably not a good idea, and I don't want to ruin his day with a favorite ship. He's not even going to know what the hell it is. Oh, God. I can't even get a frigate in, so I'm stuck with 2 Dauntlesses. That's going to bode well. It feels... I've completely forgotten already what 250 point fleets feel like, god damn it. And it doesn't feel good. At least for Imperial Navy. Maybe if I had the Lance-faring Dauntlesses, maybe I would have enough points, but these torpedoes are going to be a lot more effective. This might be a brand new player, so if he is, we'll try and be generous there. I don't know how it's going to go for the rest of his run outside this, though, but if I can give him a good time, that might be good. Let's see, 3 ships, so it should be 2 vanguards and like 1 frigate of some kind. I just wouldn't have a clue what kind of frigate he's using. The speed would kind of tell the tale, though. Because what is it, the Nova and the Gladius both have the same speed as the Vanguard, so I can kind of get a good sense of what the frigate is. Oh, it's a hunter, okay. Oops. Let's see, someone has been taking tips from me, I guess. Assuming he's even been watching my videos, because that's going to help dodge the torpedoes relatively well. Is he? Oh yeah, he's only level 1, so dodging the beacons actually isn't all that scary. I'm not going to, if I were to be honest. Because he can't fire boarding torpedoes at me. Although, with him moving sideways, these torpedoes are never going to hit. He is firing like hunter torpedoes at me, so that's fine. This will be a bit of a slow match. He seems like he knows what he's doing there. I'm never going to hit him with the torpedoes. It's just a matter of directing his movement at this point. So, I think that's how I'm going to use these. Oh. And he has 2 beacons. I don't think I care about them. Because again, the realization he does not have boarding torpedoes doesn't actually scare me. And he did take a torpedo hit there, so... Oh, and that was a bad torpedo shot anyway. That was really bad. I thought I had more time to shoot, but oh well. This works for me regardless. I know he's level 1. I see the Lance variant, at least of the Vanguard, so... This isn't too scary. I have the raw firepower to just beat his ships there. So long as my torpedoes can hit. That's the caveat. So that's dodged. Torpedoes are easily going to be dodged. And with short-borne torpedoes, I can actually hit him at this range. It's just a matter... It's a question of how his micromanagement is at dodging these torpedoes at such close range. So, enjoy these torpedoes. We won't worry about the hunter just yet there. Let's focus on the weakened hunter here. Although I could board that and make my life easier. So let's deal with these Stormhawks, these Thunderhawks, shall we? Get some defenses going. And ideally I would like to just destroy your weaponry, I guess. I was thinking maybe the engines. It probably is a good idea to destroy his engines because of his mobility, but I got lots of rapid-fire weaponry, which is actually pretty good at gradually damaging him. It's just going to be a slow process with his 75 armor. Oh well, let's hurt his other ship, shall we? There's some hurt. This is not going to be pretty, folks. Avert your eyes. If he's going to let these torpedoes hit me, it's going to be brutal. It's going to be short-lived. Because this is kind of the sweet spot for him with torpedoes. Unless he can predict, that's what I'm trying to do with me turning my prow. Oh, let's see, that hunter might actually hit me. Nope, I'm good. I'm good here. Let's just try not to kill his ships, though. Hopefully, I'm really hoping he knows how to warp those things out. I would hate to ruin his day. So, because so far my ships are in fine condition. There is no risk of them dying. So let's get the point home, shall we? This is a brand new player straight up. Because I don't see any orders. I don't think I saw a brace for impact at any point, so I'm just firing Meltas. It'll give him time to consider running away. Although his armor's going to make that difficult to do. His 75 armor, even without the brace for impact, is not going to work very well, damn it. Not even a single fire. Oh well. If he doesn't want to warp out, there's not much I could do there. Ooh, he did destroy my prow, though, so... Oh, he's not going to warp out. I hate to have your first actual match, if this is your first actual match, be a horrible loss. But if you're not going to warp him out, there's not much I could do. Okay, he is warping out. I'll let him warp out then. Sadly, they're heavily damaged, but they get their experience. There is that. I just wish I could have avoided having him heavily damaged, though. That way, at least he could have used them for the next battle, assuming they don't suffer a lost in warp effect. Wasn't all that exciting, unfortunately. The lances aren't really all that scary, because he has to keep his prow to me. And of course, if he keeps his prow to me, he's not really evading me very well, which means the torpedoes are going to be pretty good. So long as I'm smart about his narrower profile, I gotta be really close if I want to make sure all 4 of my torpedoes hit him. But otherwise, pretty straightforward, nothing really else to say. I'm doing this at a bit of a different later time than the first 2 matches, so I really hope he has a good experience with this game, because right now I don't think there's many players on currently, I think. But we'll see. I did get my Admiral level 4 though. I suppose if I really wanted to, I could have warped out. It would have given me the experience, which is what I really wanted. But the loss probably benefits him more, because it takes longer for him to get Admiral level 2. He won't get his strike cruiser that he gets to enjoy, mind you, but he gets to stay at 250 point battles, so he doesn't at least get overwhelmed that way, so there is a plus to losing, so long as your ships don't keep getting destroyed, that is. So, let's get our Tyrant, shall we? Our second Tyrant, we got a good brute force fleet now, pretty much, with the 2 Tyrants. I just gotta get them both fielded together, and we're all set. And of course, I also need to get its level 2 in for the short burn torpedoes, so now I can start utilizing more of a brute force type tactic rather than more harassment based with the Dauntlesses, because as you saw there, without armor piercing rounds and not rely on my torpedoes. These macro cannons were a really slow process of doing damage. Pretty slow, but they're probably better without armor-piercing rounds than my Tyrants might be. Because the Tyrants are more slow, big burst damage, and if none of them can get through the armor, then I'm waiting forever for them to reload. Whereas the Dauntlesses, at least, they can keep firing and just brute force through the armor itself. They're just not going to do a whole lot of damage when it's at the end of the day regardless.